Okay, before we start, what is AI? In the point of view, what is AI? Yeah, you laugh very happy. You are very happy. Yeah. What is AI? This is AI. Yeah. What is AI? From your point of view, ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay. ChatGPT. Yeah. A tool. Okay. A tool for. This is also a tool.
Reduce the volume.
Finish your assignment. Okay, a tool, ChatGPT. What is AI? Yeah, just take it easy. Yeah. What is AI? Point of view, there's no wrong or right. There's no wrong or right. Yeah. Computer system, okay. Oh, okay. This is quite near. It's a computer system that can act like a human. Yeah. What's your name? Sun Jian. Okay. Yeah. What is AI? Okay. We need to. It's a software that able to act like a human to solve the problem. What problem do you have? Anything. Your mask, when you buy your mask, very cute the mask. From it. Shopee recommend to you. Oh yeah. How about that? What was it? I already asked you, Tarzan, don't worry. You, what's your name? I don't know, very familiar. Oh, Jason, you are Jason. Okay. What is AI? Okay. Intelligence. Okay. Man? Okay, very good. So we have a lot of answers. Actually, I want you to scan and then write the answer. It's okay, I feel very troublesome. I just asked you. Someone say what you say just now? You said do. You said ChatGPT. Okay, so I will keep this. What is AI later? Okay, what is AI later? I'm going to explain to you the definitions, the actual definition of AI. I believe many of you know AI is artificial intelligence, but what is the actual meanings of the proper meanings, the actual definition of AI? I believe not many of you really understand, but some of you got it almost right there. Okay? So throughout this topic, chapter 1, we will see the timeline of AI, the definitions of AI, the Turing test, and lastly, the Chinese room. Okay, so what is this? Do you know what is this? Server. Cupboard.
Or your friend, many friends.
The Turing. Alan Turing. Turing machine. Okay, you have a Turing machine. Blender.
Huh? Brandon. Below the picture already said the IBM 702.
Not many of you students will look at the caption. Wow, hi. What is the reason? Jam, huh?
I have your answer.
Yeah, this is the computer. Yeah, this is you look at the caption. This is actually an IBM 702. It's a computer developed in 1952. This computer is the first computer that used by AI researchers. The first generation of AI researchers. So AI used the researchers use the computer to build the AI applications. Okay, you can see the PC is very big, very huge. It's not flexible. It's very heavy. It's not convenient. So you're very lucky. Now you have what? Laptop. You have a what? Tablet. Yeah. Who buy for you? Balance. So you're very lucky. So you have this tablet. You have a PC to build an AI application right now. Right? Nowadays. Unlike back to the 50 years ago, this is how humans build the application. And then we know the problem, then we start to improve it. yeah, from 1956, 1975, and then nowadays we have a smartphone. Even smartphone can build AI applications nowadays. Okay, so you can see the importance of the research or not. Do you attend the research method? You know what is the purpose of research method? Do you like research method? Do you know what is the research method? You know what is the purpose that you attend this course or not? Solve a problem. For your certification, yeah? Yeah, correct. Okay, the main purpose of research method is to teach the student, to guide the student how to develop something new through the research. Yeah, to develop something new through the research. It's not only to solve a problem, okay, but to develop something new. Okay, I'm not sure whether you still remember the flow chart or the flow of the research method. You learn the research method. Firstly, you have to find out the problem statement. You have to find the problem statement. I taught the research method before, but I think majority of students just simply come up with a problem statement. But how to get a problem statement? You have to go through literature review, right? What is literature review? Huh? Very good. You have to review other people's works first, right? For example, in this first picture, how to come up with this new product? These researchers have to study what has been done in the past. Okay, someone built this computer, someone built this. Okay, so based on this, what is their limitations? The size is too big, it is too costly, it's very slow, and this. Based on the literature review, they come up with the limitation. So these limitations will be your problem statement. You come up with a problem statement, then only you set the objective. Oh, I have this limitation, so that I would like to develop something that is very cheap, very light, very this and this. Okay? Yeah, that's the reason why you attend the research method. It's very important. It's very important. Yeah, you have to identify the problem from the literature review, come up with the objective, come up with your methodology, how you solve it, how you conduct your research, right? So after you conduct research, then you have a result and discussions. Discuss. After you conduct the method, what is the finding? Is it good or is it bad? You have to write it down there. Then conclusions. So that is the reason why you will see that in your documentation later, I already prepared the template for you. You have to find out the problem background, right? What is the objective? From the problem background, you know what is the problems, right? Based on the literature reviews, and come up with the objective. What is the motivation? Your Gantt chart, okay? Your methodology, and then as well as your result. You just use this template to do your assignments. Yeah. But I believe. But it's okay lah, I can understand. Yeah, not many students they really understand what is research. Yeah, it's okay. Alright, so this is the timeline for the AI. What has been done in the past, for the past how many years? Since 1842. I'm not going to explain to you one by one. I just picked some of the very important points here. Which is in 1950 we have Alan Turing. I think it's mathematicians. I can't remember. Alan Turing developed this Turing test. So what is Turing test? Turing test I'm going to explain in more detail later. So we have a remarkable event here, 1956. This AI terms has been coined or developed by this guys called John McCarthy. John McCarthy is the father of AI. He's the first person who developed these terms AI in one of the conference at the Dartmouth. Yeah, it's not only the first person who developed the AI, but due to his contributions, a lot of contributions, like he's the one developed the LIPS programming, and so on and so forth. If you want to know the history about McCarthy, you can just Google. But you just need to know that he is the father of AI and developed the terms AI. And then we have an industrial robot here. Okay, industrial robot to replace the human. Have you seen this robotic industrial robot? No. Right. What is the purpose for industrial robot? Any idea? Pardon? More fast. Okay. One of the reason, yeah, fast. Cost, yeah, reduce the cost.
And the robot can do the job that human very dangerous job.
Ah, very good. Okay. Robot can do a job, a dangerous job that humans. It's very risky lah. The job that is that has a high risk rate. So one example is like the pick and drop, the chips lah. So let's say imagine that we have a labels. We need the label to manually pick this chip and put in this workstation. So human is still a human. Human will feel tired like you now. Tired, exhausted. Yeah. So but the robot no, right? Robot will just do whatever you program and it works 24 hours. There's no mistake. Human will make mistake. That's the industrial robot. But then however this kind of robot is very considered low level because it's just a pre-program, everything pre-programmed. That's why we have advanced here. We have some improvements in 1993. It's a polybehavioral based robotic. It's like the humans, where researchers start to install the sensor like the cameras, the speakers, so that it can behave like humans. You can see, oh, there's a chip, so I can pick it instead of just pre-programmed, right? Sometimes they may have no chips, but if you use the manual, if you use the industrial robot, you will just go to the workstation and pick because it's everything pre-programmed. If you use this polybehavioral based, there's a sensor. We will see first whether there's a chip. If yes, only we go and execute the task. Right? And then we have a recommender system. Yeah, for example, Eric, this Apple Siri now. Yeah. Okay, so you will see that more and more companies they are adapting to these AI applications in their company, especially the high-tech one. Okay, so you will see that the high technology, they are applying the machine learnings. Okay, and then the telecom, like for example the Digi, they are using what NLU, the conversation bot, for example the chat bot. Yeah, so AI is like cannot separate in our life, right? Everything that you are using now is AI, the ChatGPT, the keyboard, right? To paraphrase your words, right? And what else? Some image processing tools. Okay. So yeah, comes to the definition of AI. So just now someone says it's a tool. The example, for example, ChatGPT is a computer program that mimic the human behavior. Okay, so in order to answer what is the definition of artificial intelligence, we have to separate these two words into individual and try to understand it. What is artificial and what is intelligence? So artificial is actually come from this word called artifacts. It's actually a clever or cunning devices used to trick or deceive others. Okay, it's actually application or any devices, okay, used to deceive the others. Deceive others for what? For intelligence. So what is the meaning for intelligence? To answer this, to understand the meanings of intelligence, can you tell me what is your difference? What is the difference between you and this pen? Whatever is the difference between you and the pen in front of you? No difference. No difference. What difference?
I can think.
Yeah, you can think. Yeah, you can think. Okay. Something that I never asked. You. What is the difference between you and the mouse? No difference.
I can think.
You can think. Besides think,
I can walk.
you can walk. Very good. Okay, you can walk. What else? Yes. What is the difference between you and your friend? No. You and the jacket lah, jacket. Yeah. What's your name? Yeah. Vinisha. What was the difference between you and the jacket? Okay, make decision. Very good. you can make decision. Someone say, eat. You just remember eat, like you like to eat. You can eat. You can talk. You can speak. What else? You can smile. You can run. You can earn money. Okay.
You can score people.
Are you earning money right now? No.
Oh,
Okay. Emotion, very good. You have an emotion.
You can feel.
Yes. So all these things is actually the intelligence. It's actually a device. What is artificial intelligence? If you combine, it's actually a clever device that used to trick the others, that the others think this application may be able to do this kind of things. Means that you have an application, you have a human. This application is able to deceive. You know what it deceive? Fool. Deceive. Deceive or fool. This guy that he may think that these apps can do this kind of thing. Okay? And this kind of action is actually via mimic human behavior. In other words, any applications that possess humans' ability like this, we can call it as AI. Okay? So now you understand what is AI? Any applications that having human behavior, they are having human behavior, then it's considered AI. Second time. Okay, so that is the definition of artificial intelligence. So what the John McCarthy says is making the machines to behave in ways that would be called intelligent if human was so behaving. In short, it's actually as long as these applications is able to behave like the humans, then we can call it this as AI. We can conclude this application as AI. And these two guys, Russell and Nomics, has actually categorized this AI into 4 categories. First one, system that act like a human. And he thinks this is like a human. Okay, system that think like a human. System act rationally. This is some action. So this is action. Okay, they're categorized into 4 categories. A system or the application that act like a human. System that able to think like a human. System that act rationally. And system that think rationally. Okay, I'm going to explain one by one now what is the meanings as well as provide the application so that you can understand what's going on here. So the first one, machine that act like a humans. Machine act like a human means that any applications is able to behave like a human or having humans like this, humans so-called characteristic motions. For example, motion, walk, is able to speak, walk, run. Okay, so this is action. For example, the robotic that I mentioned earlier, motion, able to move the arms. Okay, chatbot is able to chat or speak like a human. Chatbot is also part under machine that act like a human. Okay. I think this one, I'm not sure you've seen this video before. It's a picture. So this is a Sophia. It's a robot.
It's a good opportunity for me to learn a lot about people. Yes, talking to people is my primary function. I feel like I can be a good partner to humans in these areas, an ambassador who helps humans to smoothly integrate and make the most of all the new technological tools and possibilities that are available now. Things such as go to school, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I'm not considered a legal person and cannot yet do these things.
Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back.
Yeah, this is Sophia. You can see that he has emotion. She has the emotions and can smell, can talk, can see, just like a real humans. Okay. Then the lastly, you can see the last question. Do you want to destroy humans? You say yes. Do you think at the end AI will replace humans? No. Huh? Some jobs, okay, yeah. To a certain point, yeah, I agree lah. To certain points, some AI can actually replace some of the job can replace, but not all. We still need some humans' ability, to solve some tasks that where AI cannot solve. But I think but nowadays the trend is if you know how to use AI tools, then you have an advantage now. I believe all of you use ChatGPT. Even you just ask ChatGPT, can you help me to prepare the resume? Everything there. Yeah. Yes, sir. Are you using ChatGPT for your assignment? Yes. So honest. What is your name? What is your name? Chai. No.
Chai, this one. Chai.
Yvonne. Okay. So Yvonne using ChatGPT to solve the assignment. How many of you are using it for assignment?
I think everyone.
Wow, so honest, very good. Bonus mark. Even me also, I'm also use ChatGPT to solve quite many things Okay. Yeah, this is a robot also. Yeah, can play badminton very well, better than you. Yeah. So we put a sensor. We put a sensor so that the camera, this machine can actually set look where is the shutter, and then look at the locations and hit the shutter. But probably cannot smash lah. Cannot jump. But it's a very good devices of the tools to practice. Okay. So that is the system that make like a human. Yeah, having the human behavior, right? For example, running, walking, speaking. So that's all part under system that act like a humans. So we have a system that think like a humans. So system think like a human is different than system that act like human. Think means that you actually learn by yourself. For example, machine learning. Machine learning is part of the part of this category, machine that think like a human. As long as it has the ability to self-learn like the human, okay, then it's considered a machine that think like a human. So we will go through what is the machine think like human more details later. Machine learning, neural networks, we have a pattern recognitions, and so on and so forth. Okay, then we have a machine that think rationally. So what is a machine think rationally? Whenever you see this rational, whenever you see this word, rational, It means rules. It means logic. Right, makes sense, right? Logic. As long as you see this logic, it's actually referred to if else rules. Okay? As I mentioned earlier, if you're hungry, then you eat. So everything based on the rules. So everything, any application that we use a rule base, then it can come under rationally. But rationally, we have two types of think rationalist and act rationalist. So think rationalist, we have, for example, expert system, a recommender system. A recommender system is it will think first. The system will think what you like, what you dislike, and then if you like this, then probably you like this also. Then respond to you. So this is think rationally, recommender system, expert system. Then we have a last one is called act rationally. A machine act rationally. Machine that will act upon the rules, act based on the rules. For example, the autonomous car. Autonomous car. Do you know what is autonomous car? The car that without human interventions, right? You can drive the car without holding the steering. The car will move on the spot itself. But how it works? Okay, let's say now you have a car here. Okay, firstly we need a lot of sensor. We have a sensor here. Testing. Okay, you have a sensor. So we have an environment. Definitely we have an environment. So let's say now we have a traffic light. So the traffic light, now you're moving. So the traffic light is showing red. So what happened is red. Stop, confirm. In Malaysia, no. In Malaysia, red, your orange, green, go. Yes, agree. Yeah. Please don't do that. Okay. So if red, what happened? So this sensor will basically sense to the this red, send the information to the sensor. So we will go to a series of rules. For example, if the traffic light is red, then maybe the trigger, so-called the braking system. We cannot just stop. We have to like trigger a braking system. Or maybe if the traffic light is green, then what? Trigger what? Trigger the pedals, okay, and so on and so forth. So we have all these rules. That's why it's called system that act rationally. It's act upon the rules. So we look at the red light, sense. So we have information. This is red. So we will go to these rules. Oh, we fire. Oh, this is red. So we should trigger braking system. So we will brake and then we slow down. So this is so-called act rationally. Okay, the object, the AI application will actually act based on the rules. Okay, so normally we will call this system as the agents. Same meanings, agents. When we talk about agent approach, it's actually referred to the system that act rationally. So we have several keywords here. Agent is something that acts autonomously, means that there's no human intervention. Sense to the environment. We have a sensor. Sense to the environment. Third keyword, adapt to the change. Adapt to the change means that you're moving, right? Moving. Now you want to stop. So how to stop it? You have to trigger, right? You go to the rules. You have to fire the rules and then trigger what? Trigger braking system so that you can adapt the change. And then finally, quit the goals. Quit or pursue the goal. So where the goal is over accident, you want to stop before the traffic light. Okay? So that is the 4 types of AI proposed by Rochelle and Norwich. So remember we have 4 types of AI here. Act like a humans, think like a humans, act rationally, and think rationally. Okay? I think I said this question before, but student couldn't answer it. Don't know. Okay? Okay, so are you okay with this part? What is the definition of AI? Okay, there are how many types of AI proposed by Rochelle and Norwich? 4. Give me one example. Yeah, think like human. For example, application. ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT is considered thing like a human because we have a machine learning inside this ChatGPT. We have I think this is a deep learning, not deep learning. Okay, all right. Blender, it's okay. I want myself.
Blender ทำไมซื้อโกเด้งนะชักฟังจัง
放进去啊
Just little is okay. Okay, so now let's move on to the next subtopics of what is Turing test. Okay, Turing test is actually a test to assess whether a machine is considered intelligent or not. Right? Just like you attend my class, you go through 14 weeks. So how do I know that you really understand what is AI course? So I have to give you a test. Right? So you sit for the test, okay, and then you pass 15 marks. Then I will say, okay, you passed this test. Same like the AI applications, for example, the chatbots. Right? We have a chatbot. So someone built a chatbot. How do we know that the chatbot is intelligent? So the Alan Turing had come up with this test called Turing test to test whether this chatbot is considered intelligence or not. If it passes certain score or marks, then we will say it's intelligence. Well, we have some criteria there. I'm going to show you later. So how this Turing test works? Okay, it's actually very simple. The idea of the Turing test comes from the first phase. We have a two phase here. Okay, phase one. Okay, in the phase one, we will prepare 3 rooms. We have 3 rooms here. Room A. We have a room B. And we have a room C. Okay, so separate. Okay, so for example, room B, maybe we put Yvonne. Yvonne. Okay, can. Agree. So I put you inside. Okay. Yvonne. C, we have a Jason. Okay? We have a Jason. We have a Jason also, but it's okay, Jason. So we have one female, and then we have one male here. Okay? At the same time, we will hire one interrogator. Interrogator is the person that asks questions and to evaluate the condition. So, for example, me. Okay? Okay, how I look like? Okay, me. Oh, we have 3 rooms here, but I don't know whether B is a female or male. I don't know. We just randomly put. We have room A, room B, and room C. Room B and room C here, we just simply put either B is a female or B is a male. It doesn't matter. So what is the next here? I will start to ask questions. Same questions to B and C. I will start to ask questions. Okay? The role for B, for the female, is to convince that she is a female. Okay? B, we have a female. Yvonne has to answer in such a way that convince me that she is a female. Okay? The female C here, the role is to deceive that he is a female also. Okay? So based on the answer, in text form, only in text form. So I will ask the questions for B and C. So B and C will answer. So B will try to convince that she is a female, but however C will try to deceive that he is a female also. For example, I may ask a question, do you like pink color? Okay, and then Yvonne say, yes, I like pink color. But then since Jason is trying to deceive that he is a female also, so he has to answer, yes, I like pink also, although he don't like. But his role, this is his role, have to decide that he is a female. That's why he had to say, oh, okay, I like pink also. So I will ask a series of questions. And at the end, I have to come up with a conclusion. If I say room B is a female, it means that Jason is not intelligent. Okay? If I say if I say C is a female, then the conclusion Jason is intelligent. This is the idea. Do you get it? Okay? Because he's trying to deceive that he is a female. Try to answer in such a way he's able to deceive that he is a female. Eventually, if I say, oh, yeah, C, I'm sure C is a female, it means that Jason is intelligent. He is able to answer in such a way, I believe that he is a female. Yeah, this is first base. And then the Alan Turing bring this idea into phase 2, where we have 3 rooms here. We have a room A, me. Okay, we have a room B. Room B is just a human, any human. Same, we just put a Yvonne here. Okay. Sharp a bit. Okay, Yvonne. And then the room C here, we will put a chatbot. For example, the bot is an AI, any AI. Okay, it's a chatbot. Okay, same. I will ask the question. I will start to ask a question for B and C. So the role for Yvonne is to convince that she is a human. Okay, you need to answer. So same goes for the chatbot. So the role for the chatbot is to try to deceive that it is a human also, based on the answer. Okay, now instead of a bill, we change to the computer. It's an AI applications. Then this AI, for example, the chatbot, will try to answer the questions. So I have a conclusion. If I say, okay, if B is a computer, if I say B is a human, then it means that the chatbot is not intelligent. If I say C is a human, then I will say the chatbot is intelligent and pass the Turing test. Okay, I'll repeat again. So I will ask a series of questions to room B and room C. Okay, so for example, do you like sport? Okay, maybe Iwan say yes, I like sport. Chatbot cannot run, but he has to deceive that it can behave like a human. They say, okay, I can run also, whatever. So I ask a lot of questions. Eventually, I have to make the conclusions. If I say B is a human, it means that this chatbot failed to deceive that it is a human. That's why it failed the Turing test. But if I say, oh, C is a human, I'm quite sure that C is a human, then it means that the chatbot is able to deceive that it is a human. It means that it passed the Turing test. It is intelligence enough to fool me, to deceive me, that it has the human ability. Yeah. Okay? Good. So that is a Turing test. But however, there's some limitation for the Turing test. One of the limitations is like the chatbot is not actually solving any problem. It somehow just mimic the human's behavior in responding any questions. It's not really intelligence like to solve any problem, but just respond. Okay, there are a lot of limitations here. You can find out yourself later. Okay. So one of the Turing test applications is like the CAPTCHA. Okay, so you know what is CAPTCHA, okay, to prevent automated system from being abused the site. So if you are able to build any AI application to identify this wording and auto answer this letter in this picture and able to automatically register any website or enter any website, then your AI application is considered past the Turing test. It's considered intelligence now. But I don't think so far we don't have this solution yet. So far we don't have this solution yet because it is very difficult to identify the letters in this kind of distorted words, in distorted image. It's very difficult. If you are able to build this AI application, you can actually send this for competitions. Okay, if you are able to build it. Okay, and then someone's Lochner has developed competitions based on the Turing test. So he will actually gathers all the chatbot. You're a developer, you send the chatbot here. Then the interrogator will start to ask the questions. So if you feel that which chatbot is human-like, most human-like, then this chatbot will actually win the Lochner prize. Okay? So Cookie has actually won the Lochner prize in the 2013, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so last topic here, Chinese room. So what is Chinese room? Okay, so you understand this concept of Turing test. John, this Chinese room is actually the argument to the Turing test. Okay, John Searle say if you just having these conditions, chatbot, this chatbot is just able to answer the question. But does it mean that this chatbot is able to understand the meanings? No, right? You're just able to. Okay, I give you one situation you cannot imagine, so it's okay. So that's why the John Searle come up with this theory called Chinese room to argue this Turing test. He disagreed the Turing test as the test to test the intelligence of one's any AI applications. Okay, so John Searle says that imagine these situations. We have one room. We put one mat salleh inside. Okay, this is a mat salleh. Who doesn't know any Chinese? Right, you don't know any Chinese at all? No. Okay? So what we'll do here is we provide the Chinese rule books to this person. Okay? So for example, okay, if I put Chinese up because this is Chinese room. Okay, we have a second rule. Okay, let's say now we have two rules here. So we have this instruction in the English as well as the rule books. Okay, now we have one user. He's a Chinese. He's asked some questions in a text format. Okay, he asked some question. Okay, he put this input into this room, to this mat salleh. Okay. What do you think the output that this mat salleh will return to this user? I want to ask a person who don't know Chinese. What's the name already? Manisha. Do you think the rule 1s or the rule 2s will be fired? Do you think rule 1s or rule 2 will be fired? You can, don't tell her the answer. I have to find out. Do you think rule 1s is correct or rule 2 should be fired? 1. You think 1, huh? Okay. So this is the output. So this Mat Saleh will return this output to this user. Correct or not? Correct, right? Vinisha, do you understand the meaning of this sentence? You know, you already tell her. You know Chinese? How are you? You don't know Chinese. What is your answer? What is the output? If I have this input, 1 or 2? 1. Okay. You return 1. Okay? Is the answer correct? Correct. So how you find out the answer is 1? Or not 2? Not the second one? Why? You just think, oh, based on what? Huh? Pardon? Based on pattern. Yeah, okay. I give you the answer. Yeah, based on the patterns. Yeah, you try to match the pattern, right? You have this kind of words, so you try to match the pattern. You match the patterns and you return this output. Okay. So this is exactly how Turing test works. You have a question, we just based on the pattern matching and we return the output. So the John Searle say, if this Mat Saleh is able to generate the output and it is considered intelligence, okay, pass the Turing test, then everyone is intelligent. Because we can basically just match the pattern and return the correct output. Right? So Johnson said, to conclude that this AI application is intelligent, this AI application should understand the meaning instead of just match the pattern. So there's an argument between the John Searle and also the Alan Turing. Alan Turing says that it is not necessary to understand as long as you're able to so-called provide correct output, provide correct response to the user. It's so-called intelligent. But John Searle says this is not true. If you're just able to provide the correct response, but you don't understand the meaning, you just basically match the pattern, then generate the output. Then everyone is intelligent. Everyone is considered intelligent. This is not true. Okay, just like you memorize the textbook from the AI, then you sit for the exam, you just vomit, you don't understand. Theory question, you just answer, you score 100 marks. Is it considered intelligent? You score 4.0, but you basically just copy and paste. You memorize everything, you just copy and paste onto the final exam. Is it considered intelligent? Turing test, Alan Turing say yes, you're intelligent. But John Searle said, no, you should understand instead of just memorizing. Okay? So these are the two very important theory in the AI. Okay? Just give you one example. Let's say now you have two rows here. This one everyone can take part. So you have an X, I don't know how to pronounce. You have an X. So what is the output? What is the output? You have this input. We just hit. Is it we should fire rules number 1 or we should fire rules number 2? Yeah. 2. Why? Why 2? Because they look like the same. Yeah, you have a W here, W here, I here, E here, D, R, S, G, N, right? Pattern matchings. Do you understand the meanings? No. But you are able to give the correct output. So, can I say you are intelligent? No. Yeah. Alan Turing say yes, you are intelligent, but John Searle say you are not intelligent because you don't understand. But there's no wrong or right. Just both of them have different perspectives, they have different ideas. Yeah, so okay, so that's it for this topic 1. So this is some AI applications, and I believe that you have seen some of AI applications here. For example, solve everything, anything, everywhere, ChatGPT. You have text to speech, Smooth. You have AI chatbot, Cookie. You have this Qbot. You know what is Qbot, right? It's to paraphrase everything. You want to avoid the plagiarism. You just throw all your text into this Qbot, then it will rephrase for you. Then we have this Del-E2 also to generate the picture for you. Maybe let's try. Need to pay. You can try actually. You can try. You have a free version. I just tried yesterday. Okay, so maybe I put a student that can fly. Student, it's flying. Okay. So I just put the text here. So it will based on the words and generate some picture for me.
我们连人都不如，我们都是狗。
Yeah, so it's actually flying. Then you can actually edit also. Edit.
She look like baby.
Huh? You can edit and then rewrite again, improve again the output. Even if you are not satisfied with the output given from this website, then you can generate it. So a lot of funny things that actually can do. Copywriting, AI assistants. Okay. Yeah, so I don't expect you to develop something like this for your AI assignment. No. Someone has actually spent years. They actually have a whole team to build something like this. So I don't expect you to build something like this, but I'll explain to you what is my expectations after you've gone through the assignment later. Okay, so that's it for this topic 1. Any questions about this topic 1? Is that clear? How many types of AIs proposed by Russia and Norway? 3, 4. Okay, what is Turing test? Very good. Whether Turing test is to assess whether the AI application, especially chatbot, is intelligent or not. So we have some arguments, right? What's the argument? Manisha. What's the argument for Turing test? Yeah, Chinese room. So what Chinese room say? So understand instead of just memorizing. I think this is important. Yeah, this is important. Try to do revisions. Yeah, make a start for this Chinese room. Okay. So if no questions, that's all for today's. We have a class later, right? Practical group. Which group?
Shall I group?